Imagine waking up in a world where every conversation is a battlefield, where every opinion is sharpened into a weapon, and where the middle ground has vanished into thin air. That is not a dystopian novel, that is the reality many of us live in today. The hidden force behind it is what we can call the polarization engine, the invisible machinery of engagement algorithms that pushes you toward extremes, replacing nuance with tribal loyalty and hostility toward outsiders. To understand this, we need to look back. Human beings have always been vulnerable to the lure of tribes and enemies. Ancient Greek thinkers like Plato already warned that democracy can collapse when rhetoric and emotion outweigh reason. Centuries later, Thomas Hobbes painted a picture of human life as a war of all against all, where fear and loyalty to strong groups become survival mechanisms. The Enlightenment tried to offer a path out of this trap, thinkers like Voltaire or John Stuart Mill arguing for free discussion and the power of reason. Yet even they knew that people prefer belonging over truth. History shows us how dangerous this dynamic can be. In the French Revolution, pamphlets and speeches spread outrage faster than reasoned debate could catch up. In the 20th century, propaganda machines in Nazi Germany or Stalin's Soviet Union worked like primitive algorithms, feeding citizens only the messages that reinforced loyalty to the group and demonized everyone else. What we now call echo chambers existed long before the internet, only in slower and less personalized ways. Today, technology has accelerated this ancient dynamic to lightning speed. Social media platforms design algorithms not to inform you, but to capture your attention. And attention is best captured by outrage, fear, and identity. The philosopher Marshall McLuhan once said that the medium is the message, and in the case of the algorithmic feed, the message is clear: extremes win, moderation disappears. If you pause for 1 second longer on an angry post, the engine assumes you want more of it. Slowly, without noticing, you are nudged toward a camp, a tribe, a digital flag you are expected to wave. This is not just abstract theory. You see it in political debates where once there was room for compromise, now there is only betrayal or loyalty. You see it in cultural conflicts where disagreement turns into dehumanization. Nuance becomes weakness, curiosity becomes betrayal. And all the while, the polarization engine thrives, because nothing fuels clicks more than conflict. Philosophers like Hannah Arendt warned us about the dangers of mass manipulation, about the loneliness and anxiety that make people cling to totalizing ideologies. What she could not foresee was an algorithm that does this automatically, adjusting every second, shaping millions of minds simultaneously. Michel Foucault might have called it a new system of power, invisible yet total, guiding not by laws but by invisible suggestions. So where does this lead if nothing changes? Imagine a future where communities no longer share facts, only warring narratives. Imagine societies unable to govern themselves because trust has completely broken down. Imagine generations raised on algorithmic diets of fear and tribalism, unable to even imagine dialogue. The polarization engine does not just threaten our politics, it threatens our very capacity to think together, to imagine a shared world. But here is the good news: you are not powerless. Just as humans built these systems, humans can choose differently. You can slow down, refuse to share the instant outrage, and search for voices that challenge your assumptions. Philosophers from Socrates to Kierkegaard insisted that self-reflection is the beginning of freedom. And in a digital age, that freedom begins with noticing when the algorithm is pulling your strings. The solution is not to run away from technology but to reclaim authorship of your attention. Seek out long-form conversations, cultivate curiosity, ask yourself whether your reaction is truly yours or just the echo of an algorithm. Remember that every click is a vote for the world you want to live in. If enough people vote for nuance, curiosity, and dialogue, the polarization engine loses its power. The story of humanity has always been the story of tribes and truths, of manipulation and resistance. Right now, we stand at a crossroads. The future will not be decided only by politicians or engineers, but by you and me, by the choices we make every time we pick up our phones. If you are ready to reclaim your mind, to see through the machinery and to join a community that looks for depth beyond division, then stay with us. Subscribe to our channel, and together we will learn how to break free from the polarization engine and create a future where curiosity beats conflict.